From Bakersfield to the corners of Kern County, the best moments from your Golden Empire gridirons. 17 Sports Director Taylor Shaw, football analyst, Renegade head coach R. Todd Littlejohn. This is FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition. Driven by Sangera Subaru and Dignity Health, Mercy and Memorial Hospitals.
Well, it's that time of the week again, Coach. I'm Taylor Schaub. He's our Todd Littlejohn, and he's fresh off a bye. Did you do some tanning this week? Sit out by the pool?
Not at all. We were working, trying to get this next win.
No days off for Coach Littlejohn, and no days off for all of these teams as league play is fully underway, and we had some good matchups. Coach, what's it time for?
You know what time it is? Give the people what they want.
Gather round. It's time for your FFX Game of the Week, powered by SCOE, your Southern California Orthopedic Institute.
You know we can win an Emmy, but not a Grammy, right?
It's okay. Well, hey, we'll take whatever awards we can get.
All right, we start as always with our FFX Game of the Week. The hype surrounding Ridgeview and vsBHS was building from the moment the Wolfpack upset Frontier in overtime. Once a powerhouse in the Central Valley, Zamir Hall's 5-touchdown performance had us all thinking that these two teams could decide the fate of the Valley League. The problem is, Coach, only one team decided to show up.
That's how football is. The game is not played on paper.
Both programs sitting at 3-3 on the season, and the Eagles would strike first and they'd strike off. In 6 minutes into the opening quarter, it's Nathan Perez, Coach.
This is what we expected of vsBHS's offense. They got multiple weapons, and there's one right there.
42 yards in the score, and then it's Perez again, off to the races.
When you're able to run the ball as effective as they did on Friday night, I tell you, a lot of good things will happen.
72 yards to the house. Nathan Perez had himself a night. Still second, Jordan Delgado hooks up with Chase Furtado, 30 yards.
Absolutely, and you know, here's the other thing. You're making and scoring without Waterman, which is a big deal for their offense.
That's absolutely true. The Eagles continue to soar in the second quarter. Rylan Sanchez finds the end zone. So still no Waterman, but the Eagles are soaring in this game. And then some insurance. Look at this play.
That was a great play, great move in the open field. He won a corner post on him and made a great catch with those two defenders.
All right, vsBHS rolls in this one, 38-7. Now, we knew we would be talking about a star running back in this game, Coach. We just didn't know it would be Nathan Perez.
No doubt. When you can rush and carry the ball 9 times for 167 yards, that's pretty productive.
Big time. Let's hear from Darren Carr.
Gritty, man. You got to have some grit. You got to have a little gravel in your stomach, man. If you can run the football, it opens up a lot of stuff. Just super proud of the way our guys ran the ball, ran block, kind of play action. So really proud of our offense.
Well, in a week where blowouts were the name of the game, the best competition came from Frontier and Garces. Both teams need a win to have any chance at the River League crown. First quarter we go. It would be Garces on the move, and it's Jordan Gallegos connecting with Cage Williams, Coach.
There's that combination once again. Great play by them. Start the scoring off.
PAT blocked, so it's 6-0. That would be important later. Now it's Malachi Statler finding Mason Tapia. Lost the cameraman, but 65 yards in the score.
Yeah, and Statler is one of those guys. He's all about team, and he is very, very productive. Second
quarter now, Titans marching down the field. It's Statler again. It's Devin Cochran this time, big play.
Yes, it is. Great footwork, too, at the end of the end zone to stay in bounds.
All right, Statler with his third touchdown pass of the game finds Tapia again. So Statler having himself a big night, but the Rams offense would wake up at half, third quarter. Gallegos gets shifty.
Yeah, made some really good halftime adjustments, utilized their playmakers as well. Was able to get in the end zone there.
All right, Garces now up 22-21, but Frontier says not so fast. Statler with his fourth touchdown pass, and then Garces and David Smith, well, they would try to tie it up. They would go for 2 late. We only have 4 minutes left in the game. Can they get it? Coach!
Unfortunately not.
Garces needed this win. They didn't get it. Frontier defeats Garces Memorial 29-28, and Malachi Statler, have yourself a night.
That's kind of what this league's all about. You know, you got to show up to play every night, and it's we tell the kids every game's a war, man. And tonight was a war. I mean, we got up, and Garces credit, man, they made some big plays early in the second half to take a lead, but we fought back, and our kids just kept believing in each other, and that's what I like to see is we kind of turned the corner in that area, I think.
It was a tale of two halves, right? It's we came out and maybe the game was a little too fast for us. I'm not sure what happened, and we settled down and had a great second half, and then just came up short. You got to start strong, stay strong, and finish strong.
Oh, it's a total team performance for Liberty as the Patriots continue their 6-year win streak in league play. First quarter, Cole O'Brien rolls out, slings it to Amaya Harrison.
Very nice play right there. Good footwork right there at the end to complete that pass. And there's Liberty.
And there's Jalen Hankins. Big night for him. 112 on the ground, 2 scores. This guy continues to produce.
Well, we've seen him a time or two for sure. Really, really good offensive player.
How about that strip and score by Xander Chisholm, Coach?
I like it. Hey, defense getting involved too. I like it.
5 different Patriots found the end zone. Liberty blanks Stockdale 42-0. All right, Brian Nixon's boys will now start game planning for his former team, Centennial. The Golden Hawks entered Week 8 as the only unbeaten program left in Kern County, and they're dead set on making sure it stayed that way ahead of the Freedom Bowl. Jayhawks hosting Highland in the non-league game, and look, it's SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick Starr. That's my favorite show back in the day. Picking up in the second quarter, Jayhawks ahead 7. Adam Kopis takes it in himself.
Hey, we know about Kopis. He just knows how to find the end zone.
That's all he does. He lives in there. We get him a bunk bed. All right, Scots. Just before half, JoJo Mata. He also knows how to find the end zone.
Yes, he does. We mentioned his name quite a bit as well.
All right, he was productive in the air and on the ground. Kopis finding the end zone again. And, well, Centennial had themselves a game. Jayhawks, we're rolling this one 21-7. Well, in downtown, the Drillers were seeing what life was like without Washington commit Tybo Rogers. And when you lose your star player, Coach, it's hard to adjust on the fly.
Always hard to adjust. However, I mean, that's what team is for. You know, you have to find other ways in which to score. Still got offense and defense and special teams that you can do that.
All right, a depleted Bakersfield team hosting Indy this week. Falcons taking advantage early. They headed into halftime with a 6-point lead, but the Drillers came out firing. It's sophomore Bryson Abbott having himself a night, 156 yards and 2 touchdowns, Coach.
There's another one who's been, each week he's been getting better and better, and obviously with the loss of Tybo, he's got to step up even more.
Love the celebration there. Still third, Indy on the move. Anthony Rico gives them a huge gain, and Prince Ellis finishes the job.
Yeah, again, there's a couple guys right there that have really been productive for Independence offense as well.
BHS, though, would battle back 28-25. That's your final from Griffith Field. Still ahead on FFX, there's a team making some noise in Delano. How Chavez tamed the Tigers and put us all on notice.
You're watching FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition, powered by Sangera Subaru, serving Kern County for over 50 years. You're watching FFX, the Sunday Expanded Edition, powered by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say Pretenders.
Oh,
yeah, no,
there's people in Delano that aren't going to be happy about it.
Not at all. Sorry, guys.
Well, all season long, it seems that some people have slept on the Chavez Titans.
Chavez, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Are you now?
But however, I think they might have gotten fired up by what I said too.
Look, you're motivating people, aren't you?
Absolutely. I am a motivator. I like it.
That's what you are. Okay. Look, Chavez, they don't have a substantial recent track record, but they find ways to win. And Thursday night, Wasco would learn that the hard way. Let's go to the SSL showdown. Titans riding a 4-game winning streak, and they were in complete control. First quarter, Chavez gets the scoring going. It's Israel Gonzalez, Coach.
They knew that they had to score every time to, because they weren't going to have very many possessions with Wasco. So
to shut you up. That's what
Absolutely they did.
It's Gonzalez again. He's off to the races. 34-yard touchdown. 14-0 Titans. And then still second off the interception. Gonzalez adds another. Coach, he was spectacular.
I don't think Gonzalez was happy with what I said too, but great production by him.
All right, he's off to the races once again. This man can't be stopped. 4 consecutive touchdowns for the Titans. And let's take a look at your final. This thing was a blowout, 49-8. That's what you call a statement victory. And let's take a look at Gonzalez's final stat line in this one, Coach. What do you have to say?
Hey, great job by him. Great job of their team just responding against a great Wasco team as well. And hey, I tip my hat to him.
Chavez, true contenders. All right, this was a big week for league play. More drama around the county. 17's Chris Burton back to break it all down.
Oh yeah, Taylor, a lot of league play around the county, and Week 8 was all about statement victories. We had offensive onslaughts from every corner of the county as several programs tried to separate themselves from the pack. Take a look. Friday, a freshman stole the show for Shafter. Generals in Delano trying to keep pace with Chavez. First quarter, Ezekiel Osborne with the quick pass to Jesus Figueroa, who does the rest. The young QB was 12 of 16 for 306 yards and 5 touchdowns. Still first, up 7-0 Shafter in the red zone. Koa Rhodes wills his way in first 6. Rhodes rushed for a team-high 107 yards and his 15th touchdown of the season. Second quarter now, Tigers trying to claw back. George Inguito adding to his touchdown total, number 13 on the season for him. That cuts Shafter's lead in half, but Shafter couldn't be stopped. Osborne drops back and launches a bomb. Jesus Vasquez hauls it in. Generals storm past Delano, 56-14 your final. Thursday night, Tehachapi matched their highest win total since 2017. The last season they had at least a share of a league title. All Warriors from kickoff, up 28-zip in the third. Andrew Akire starts the running clock. That's a 7-yard score, and the Warriors blank East 35-0. They improved to 7-1.
Really proud of the way they played. Our defense is on the field a lot, and we gave up, no points, so that's always good.
Defensive battle at Golden Valley. The Bears and Bulldogs both looking to get back to 500 on the season. Scoreless in the second, Dogs on the move. Rafael Valderrama connects with Nicholas Abbott. That is a 66 yards for the score. Abbott was forced for Golden Valley, led the team with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Bulldogs take it 28-6. A star is born at Miramonte. North looking to string a pair of wins together. Dylan Kyle was a man on a mission. 160 yards and 2 touchdowns on the night, including this first quarter score to put the Stars up 14-0. Later in the half, Stars strike again. Carson Bennett rolls out and fires a strike to Zarian Freeman. That is a 30-yard touchdown. North wins it 35-13. Winless Spartans hosting West on their homecoming night. Jump to the third quarter, South up 21-7 and looking for some insurance. James Webster answers the bell. Webster ran for 63 yards, and that score, Spartans breathe a sigh of relief. Get their first win of the season, 30-20. Couple of shutouts on the outskirts of Kern. It was the Cyrus Gaylord show at McFarland. The Taft Star running back finished with 125 yards and 2 scores as the Wildcats blanked the Cougars 47-0. While Kern Valley's trip to the high desert was great, 33-0 the final from Cal City. And that's a look around the county from Week 8 in the high school football season. Well, let's take a look once again at how they shake out at the top of the central section. Of course, as always, these are according to Cal Preps. Clovis West hanging on to that top spot after a dramatic comeback victory over Clovis East. Liberty remaining the only Kern County school in the top 5, sitting right there at number 4 for the second week in a row. And the undefeated Centennial Golden Hawks, they're staying inside the top 10 right there at 10. Coach Taylor, back to you.
All right, coming up next here on FFX, BC may be on a bye, but that doesn't mean Coach isn't hard at work. What adjustments the Renegades need to make as we enter the second half? He'll tell us next.
FFX is proud to be fitted by Finos. When it comes to quality men's suits in Bakersfield, Finos menswear and tuxedo is all you need. Huddle up. It's time for Coach's Corner with Renegade head football coach R. Todd Littlejohn.
All right, it's time for Kern County's favorite segment, Coach's Corner. Lifetime of wisdom inside the lines, R. Todd Littlejohn. Everybody knows that this is the segment where you educate us. I'm not going to make you do contenders and pretenders again. We'll save it a couple of weeks.
Right.
Yes, but I am going to have you talk about the game of the week, maybe the league game of the year. It's Centennial, the perfect Golden Hawks, taking on Brian Nixon's Liberty Patriots. How, if you're Centennial, are you preparing for this game?
It's hard to say that you're preparing like another game. You know, I know that I would imagine that their thought process is, in order for us to take that next step, you got to beat Liberty. You know, they've set the bar for the last several years, and so you've got to be able to minimize mistakes. They're going to go after it. They have nothing to lose, obviously, and as they're continuing to play well, I think they're going to ride that momentum too.
We love to talk about the underdogs, Coach, but I do want to talk about Liberty for a second here. How annoyed do you think they are about hearing about this undefeated Centennial team, the only team left unbeaten, the hype machine that comes from this guy right here? How annoyed do you think that group is saying, hey, we're the top dog, we've been the top dog, we were the ones that played in a state playoff game last year?
You know, at this point, you know, Coach Nixon and his staff, they've taught those guys how to block out all that noise, and they just keep playing. So I don't know if it adds any more fuel to the fire, so to speak. They've just been a program that's been very consistent over the years, and they'll just continue to ride that as well.
You're saying they block out what I have to say? It's
Yeah,
like most people in my life. They block out what I have to say. All right, Coach, it's time for our picks of the week. We're going to start over at Liberty. We just talked about it, the 2022 edition of the Freedom Bowl. Coach, who you got?
I'm going to give that nod to Liberty. You know, at this point, how they're playing, they've been there, they know what's at stake, and it's going to be a close one, I think.
Kern's only two private schools facing off, BCHS and Garces. Coach, who you got?
I'm going to give the nod to BCHS right now. They found other weapons with the injury to Waterman, so I think that they got a really, really good shot at winning this game.
All right, finally, two outside contenders for the Valley League title. It's your Drillers. It's the Highland Scots. Same record. Who are you taking?
Never going against my Drillers.
You know what? You have to pick somebody else at some point.
Drillers.
All right, Drillers or the Kansas City Chiefs?
Ooh, Kansas City Chiefs.
There we go. Those are your picks of the week. Can you believe we're already at the halfway point of BC's season?
Not at all. You know, it's so funny. We tell the team, whenever you start that first game, it's going to fly by, and it has.
All right, it's time for our Renegade Report. We're breaking down the first half of the Renegade season. Now, Coach, I wanted to take a look at some of these key stats here. So that's your overall record, but 34 points a game, pretty impressive, only allowing 22 points. And right there, red zone TDs. This was something that was big for you. You're 15 to 21. What does that say about this team?
Consistency. You know, we're getting better, and that's something that you absolutely have to take advantage of. When you're in the red zone, you've got to come away with points.
What about penalties? 29.
Yeah, I don't like that, you know, and unfortunately those were dumb penalties too. Those were drive stoppers and you know, getting ourselves behind the sticks on the offense.
That's it for your Renegade Report, but stick around because it's time to break out your Sunday best. That's right, your FFX Play and Player of the Week are introduced next.
FFX is proud to partner with Valley Sports Media. Follow at vSports Media for exclusive football content throughout the season. It's trophy time, the FFX Awards, brought to you by Jerry's Pizza and Pub.
Welcome back. So far this season, the bar for spectacular play has been pretty high this season. That's what happens when you have a county full of athletes. But this week, one play made both Coach and I say, wow, okay. It's time to hand out some hardware. Our FFX Play of the Week, well, it came from BCHS. Coach, you were actually at this game. It's Jordan Delgado dropping back before half and Dylan Johnson.
Great play right there. You know, it was one of those things that watching their offense, you expected it to happen. And great play by him, and man, they really came out as an offense and got great production overall from several different guys.
All right, let's take this play full. Let's see it one more time. Wow, this was an impressive catch. BCHS's offense was electric all night long, Coach.
Absolutely, and even in this case, catching the ball with two defenders, great play.
All right, that's your play of the week.
Your FFX Player of the Week is presented by Vertical Raise, the premier online fundraising platform.
Well, this doesn't happen often, so it is our favorite time of the week, time to crown our Week 8 king. And he's a familiar face. Malachi Statler in for the second time this season, fresh off an impressive victory over Garces Memorial, 29-28. You guys edged out the Rams. How'd you do it, Malachi?
Well, we had a good game plan going into the game this week. We knew that they're a really good team all around, and we knew that our defense was going to have to step up, and that's what they did. So, yeah.
At this point of the season, you know, you guys had some early, obviously, season losses. What is the mindset right now as you started league play and then each week?
The mindset right now, honestly, is just what happens in the past is the past. You know, we're just trying to move forward as a team. I mean, we're just getting ready for next week every single week.
You guys are in these close games. What's it like to be the quarterback of a team when it's 1 point deciding victory or loss?
Well, it's a big role. I mean, it's a lot of stress on your shoulders, you know. It's always going to be your fault or you're going to be the guy to get praised for it. But as a team, you know, I don't know. We have that bond with each other, and my guys trust me and I trust them 100%.
You're an incredibly modest guy. I want to put up your stat line, though, and I want to ask you, who do you have to thank for this performance? 23 of 28, 321 yards and 4 touchdowns. So who would you like to thank?
Oh, I'd like to thank my O-line 100%. I'd like to thank my receivers out there, every single one of them. I'd like to thank my coaches, my O-line. The play calling was perfect. Everything was just set up for success for me that night.
Second time you've been in. Maybe we'll see you a third. That's going to do it for this Sunday expanded edition of FFX. However, for more high school football coverage, just head to kgt.com and click on that FFX icon. Have a great rest of your weekend. We're going to see you back here next Friday at 11:11.